Hi everybody, my name is Lydia Diaz and I'm a Presidential Diamond with It Works Global. This video is a follow-up to the first Business on a Budget video I made months ago. When I made that first one, I didn't even think anyone would watch it, but somehow it's become really popular. So I take that as a sign that I need to make another one. Starting your rep business on a budget, whether you're about to start or you just got in or you're a few months in and all of a sudden your income situation has changed, you have to have more structure and focus than someone who just has a lot of extra spending money, okay? So over the last few months doing these trainings, this is the structure I've implemented. These are the three things that you need to know when you decide to start building your business on a budget, okay? Number one is, what are your priorities? Number two is, what are your resources? And number three is, what's your plan? Okay? So number one, priorities. Priorities are so important when it comes to getting in this business and spending your last $99 to even sign up, or borrowing that $99, or as we heard at Seattle Boot Camp from Renee Stump, she had a yard sale to even get the money to buy her kit. There are so many stories like this of people making sacrifices to get that kit. So coming into it right off the bat, and right now, say you've been in for a few months and you're just kind of like, okay, right now, what are your priorities? What is your why? You've heard us say this many times, and for some of you, you just ignore it. You're like, whatever, my why, I need some money. No, 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 no. That is not your why. Your why is much deeper than that, and you have to hone in on it. You're the only one that can do it. You can't go to your enroller. You can't talk to your spouse and say, what's my why? It's what drives you personally. In another video I made, I told you that your why is your anchor. Okay, your why is what's going to keep you steady in the storm of owning your own business. So it has to be heavy. It has to be strong. It has to be very, very specific. Okay, once you can identify your why, things start moving at a rapid pace. When your why is very broad and like just general, you have no focus. Trust me. Okay, so take some time, identify what your why is. Your why will become your priority. If you take a sheet of paper and you draw a circle in the middle of the paper, and in that circle write, "It works success." From that circle, draw out like 6 lines coming out from it. Okay? These are the 6 random things that are going to improve because of your success with It Works. These 6 things are byproducts of success. Like, what is going to come out of your success? How will success with It Works impact the future of your children, the future of your marriage, the future of your own personal self-esteem and growth, things like that. Just be very specific about those 6 things, write them down, and set that aside, okay? Your why and those things on that sheet of paper are your priorities. These are the things that you need to stay focused on when stuff gets hard, and it's going to get hard. This is not going to be easy, okay? So we're going to move on to step 2, your resources. This is my favorite because I love to give you guys practical ideas on how to run your business on a budget. If I can give you practical ideas, maybe it'll just be a jumping off point for you to take it to the next level and the next level. And before you know it, you realize, wow, I didn't know that I could do that. So you're sitting here thinking to yourself, you know, resources, great. I have limited resources because I don't have any money. No, 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 no. I challenge that. You don't have limited resources. You just have different resources, okay? Money is just one resource that people have, okay? One resource. You might have a whole toolbox full of resources that you just haven't even tapped into yet because you're so focused on the fact that you're broke. We'll get to that later. But right now, I want you to identify what your 5 or 6 character resources are. Now, you might have more than 6. Once you get going, you might realize you have 20, and that is awesome. But for now, focus on 5 character resources that you have. What's a character resource? A character resource is something that makes you you. An example of that is maybe you've been told that you're a people person, that people can just open up to you very easily. That's a resource. You might be really charming and charismatic. Maybe you're super quick on your feet. Like while other people are panicking, you're just doing what needs to get done. Maybe you're really crafty or great with your hands. or you have excellent people skills or computer savvy. You're really great at social media and networking. Maybe you can write really well, or maybe you're always the life of the party and can strike up conversation with anybody, right? Maybe you're really bold and a trendsetter. You have your own style. People take notice of like what you're doing. You're just that person that people are like, oh wow, that's an awesome outfit. I would have never put those two things together. Maybe you have a knack for making people feel really comfortable. Maybe people tell you that your energy is infectious. Like when they're around you, they can't help but smile. These are all things you can't buy. These all come from experience and they're a part of you. Those are just a few, but maybe you have a whole list of other things that I just haven't thought of, but take some time to think about that. What are your character resources? So the reason why I want you to focus on your character resources is because your team, this company, they don't need your money. They need these resources that are unique to you. They need you to be the person that God made you to be, with your own unique story, your own unique talents, and your own unique personality. That's what these character resources focus on. So take your time, make that list. So now we're going to talk about your practical resources. These are things that you can do and you can implement to try to earn revenue and get your name out there. Something that I think is really important is events. Events are a great way to get leads in your box. We all know leads equal money. You want to be working events so that you can gather leads. It's not so much selling wraps in hand. That's not why you do events. You do events so that you can get their contact info. So you should have a leads box or a jar, some way to collect people's contact info. And you do that by raffling off a wrap. Okay, so you'll have like a box that says win a free wrap or whatever. And just set that on your table. Really encourage people to put their name in the drawing. And this way, you'll always have their email or their phone number to follow up with later on. Okay? So what if you can't find an event? And this is something I addressed in the first video, so I'm not going to go over all the ways that I have already said. I'm going to introduce you to some new ways. If you can't find an event, make your own. There are ladies on my team who just amaze me every single day, and a few of them have made events, and one, her name is Erin Moore. She has created a ladies' night out event in her community. So she was looking for events that were affordable, that she could have a table at, and she could not find them. So she went ahead and said, okay, I'm going to make my own event. And she started contacting other vendors, people who have like Scentsy or 31 or what have you, and said, hey, do you want to get together? Let's have a ladies' night out block party. So she created this event in her community. That's something that you can do in your apartment complex, at your neighborhood clubhouse, wherever it may be. Get some other ladies who do direct sales and put it together. They're going to invite all their people. You're going to invite all your people, and just make sure there's not competing products, and you're good to go. Because a person who buys a bag or a person who buys a candle or some jewelry might also want a body wrap. There's another girl on my team. Her name is Freedith Holloway, and she started doing skinny hours. And skinny hours are events that she markets to local salons, spas, boutiques, pretty much anywhere that will have her. She'll go in and say, look, I want to have a skinny hour event. You invite your whole client list. I'll invite some people as well. And I'm going to have wraps here for X amount of dollars and some samples of different products, and they can come through. You're pretty much creating an exclusive event right inside of that spa or salon. Now, she has to do her footwork. This is not easy, but she's committed to it, and it works. Like, she does very well. Another great way to create your own event is have it at a community recreation center. So this is another idea from Freedith. It just makes sense. It gives you a big enough space to invite a large amount of people, and your team can invite people as well, and you all pull your prospects in. That's the way to go. And it's usually free or like $50 a year. The thing that I've started to do is market events to apartments. So I've noticed that when I would call apartments and ask them if they had resident appreciation nights, a lot of them said no. So I just be like, okay, thank you, and hang up the phone and move on to the next one. Well, after speaking to Erin and Freedith, I'm like, okay, why don't I just create my own event? So now what I do is when I call an apartment and I ask them, do you have resident appreciation nights? And they tell me no. I say, okay, I'd like to go ahead and work with you to create one. I'd like to bring in myself and a few other vendors and have a once a month event at your apartment. And you can market it to the residents. We'll have great specials for them and free samples and etc. Apartments are usually looking for a way to show their appreciation to the residents. And if they don't have to plan it, it's even better. You can cover your expenses by charging the other vendors like $5 for each one that comes and wants to have their table there. Another way to draw interest is to blitz, okay? Blitzing is a big part of what we do. I know that sometimes it's not comfortable, but hey, it's the way to work your cold market, okay? Cold market is anyone outside of your circle of friends and your personal network, if you will. What I like to do when I have a day of going out blitzing at like a mall or a state fair or any area where there's a lot of people that are going to be there, I will take my blitz card and I will print out slips of bright green paper, and on that slip of paper it'll say, please visit my Facebook page for a chance to win a free raffle. Match the number on the back of this slip with the number on my page for today, and you could win a free wrap. So pretty much all it is I print out a sheet of slips. On the back of each slip, I write a number starting with number 1, 2, 3, and moving on and on and on. And then at the end of the day, I've gone out and blitzed my fair or blitzed whatever it was that I went to. I'll go on Facebook and I'll post the number of the day. All they have to do is take a picture of the slip with the number on the back and message it to me. This is a way to drive people back to your Facebook page. You want to be driving as many people back to your Facebook business page as possible. Don't just hand out a blitz card either, okay? When you hand out a blitz card to somebody, you have to make it your main objective to get their contact info right then and there. Do not give out a blitz card unless you can get their contact info. Contact info, leads, are money in the bank. The way to do that is say, everyone I give a coupon to, I like to get their contact info because I have a couple of raffles each month for a free wrap. So can I just get your contact info? Okay, so when you do your wrap raffle for the month, okay, so you've had events and you've blitzed and now it's time to draw a winner or two or what have you. If the winner is local, you should never give the wrap away like that. It should always be a wrap appointment. You want to be raffling off a wrap appointment, okay? That's important because when you just give somebody a wrap and say, see ya, there's so much margin for error. You want to be the one to put the wrap on the first time, okay? So you're raffling off a wrap appointment. This is what you offer to the runners-up. For everybody else who didn't win, email them all, call them all, and pretty much just say, you didn't win the free wrap, but I'd like to offer you a consolation prize of a mini spa day with your friends. And the mini spa day is you and 5 friends can get chin wraps for $5 each. And if 5 of your friends buy a body wrap from me at $25 each, you'll get a body wrap for free. Okay, it's that simple. Play with the wording, of course, but you want to be offering them something that is at least comparable to what they didn't win. I just want to talk about a few quick things that will just help save you money. Okay, so we've talked about things that you can do to generate income. Now I'm going to talk about things that are going to save you money in the long run. At the end of the day, It Works spends millions of dollars to create our promotional materials. Our blitz cards, our flyers, our t-shirts, and everything are created by people who have marketing degrees, who get paid very well to make these things. They have a way of looking at fonts and wording and making it just so that it draws your viewer in that much more than anything you and I could create. Next thing, manage your auto ship to be something you're either going to sell or something you're going to use on your body to become a product of the product. Don't just put the cheapest items that get you to 80 BV on your auto ship because it doesn't make sense. If you're not going to use it or you're not going to sell it for a good upcharge, it makes no sense. You're wasting money that way. Okay? You've heard me say this before, and I'm going to say it a million times. Do the booster pack if and when you can afford it, okay? The booster pack is the best bang for your buck. I can't say it any other way. It's $499. You get 8 boxes of wraps, 3 boxes of facials, a tube of defining gel, a tub of greens, and a bottle of Fat Fighters. 8 boxes of body wraps straight up as a distributor is $479. The booster is $499, which means that you get everything else in the booster pack, those 3 boxes of facials, the big tube of defining gel, the tub of greens, and the ball of fat fighters for $20. It's a no-brainer. You can turn around and sell that all for so much more. Like, it just makes so much sense to buy the booster. And I've done it multiple times. In fact, I did it the first month that I joined It Works. And as you know, when I joined, I didn't even have the money to buy the kit. But what I did was I saved the money from every single wrap that I sold that month and turned around at the end of the month and bought the booster pack. I'm sure my sponsor loved me at the time because I didn't even realize I was becoming a qualified leg. But the point is it gave me so much product at such a cheap rate that I was able to turn a bigger profit on those wraps when I sold them. And guess what? I sold all those wraps by the end of the next month. And you know what I did with it? I bought another booster pack. That's just what I did because it gave me the most bang for my buck and put the most money in my bank. So we've covered priorities and we've covered resources. Now we're going to talk about the plan. And the plan is the easiest one that I have on my list. The plan is the steps to success. That's your plan. How do you plan on getting to your goal of diamond or triple or whatever you have in mind or reaching your magic number? It's with the steps to success. Okay? The resources and everything I just talked about before are things that are going to help you complete your steps to success. But each month you need to have your auto ship run for at least 80 BV. You need to be signing 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors. That's the steps to success, okay? That's your plan for reaching your goal and succeeding with It Works. So in closing, I just want to talk about the fact that this business can change your life if you let it. I've been in for a year now. I went Presidential Diamond in 9 months, and my only goal was Ruby. I just needed $600 a month. I felt like that would be the ultimate for me, to make $600 a month to help my husband pay some bills because we were living on a single income, okay? That was my goal. Blew that goal out of the water by the grace of God. There's no other way to put it. But as you're starting your business and you're working it on a budget, you have to know that it's not convenient, okay? This business is not convenient and it's not comfortable. Staying where you are, doing what you've been doing, that's what's comfortable. Even though it's keeping you broke, that's what's comfortable. So expect that you're going to feel some pushback in your life when you start pursuing this because you're changing things. You're changing the dynamic of your life. You're breaking free of broke, okay? But the broke mentality tells you that nothing will ever change, that you're not worth it, and you might as well quit before you even start. That's never going to stop unless you actually prove it wrong. So get used to proving it wrong. Each month, set a goal for yourself. Don't make it unrealistic or lofty. Set a reasonable goal for yourself and strive towards that goal. Use the resources that you already have. Seek out new resources. Do what you have available to you. Network with other people. Ask questions. Just push forward. Okay, you're going to face times when you don't want to work the business. You're going to face times when you feel like throwing in the towel, that it's not worth it, that you're not seeing a big return on your investment of time and money. I'm sitting here giving you my word that it is worth it. I have felt the exact same way. I came into it just as broke as you are, if not more, if not less, I'm not sure, but I came into it borrowing the money for my kit, stressing about the auto shipment, and you know what? It's okay. Because that's going to push you harder than the people who have no weight in their why. Just know that it's worth it. It's going to be hard. It's going to feel like you're stretching yourself to the limits, but it's so worth it. Do not give up. Whatever you do, do not quit. All right, so that's that. I hope that this has been helpful for you, and thank you for watching. Bye.